Well, cheers, everybody, and welcome
Cheers,
to tonight's
everybody.
58th episode of New Brew. We do have a newcomer on tonight. We have Sparkle. It's Art by Sparkle is her channel.
Hello. Hello.
And we have Alex the Beer Master.
What is up, everybody?
East Coast LQ Reviews.
Cheers.
Thomas Metal 75.
Hello.
We have Beer Man.
Hello. Cheers.
I'm going to reach down in the basement and I'm going to pull out a Dan.
Wow, Dan!
From Alex Beer Reviews.
Legendary Dan.
Hey, Dan, is your other half coming tonight?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Alex. Couldn't get Mike here.
Well, that's okay. Dan's a hero no matter what. Appreciate it.
Myself, I'm Bumpy Road. Cheers to the chat as well. Angie's doing her, she's got a live art show going on over there at Angie's Fluid Art. So when he wants to double dip, feel free to go and visit Angie. We got, like I said, Art by Sparkle here. Sparkle. And they're both in the chat. Or, well, Angie was in the chat before the show. Not there anymore. But cheers to anybody else that may be watching. And we're going to start this off. This is Sparkle. This is our first time
My first
doing this, and she's first, so she doesn't even get to watch anybody else go. So Sparkle, go ahead, show us what beer you're bringing.
Okay,
give
this
us a
is
smell
called
Taste.
Big Bad Baptist Rum Barrel
Lord.
Aged,
Bringing out the big guns.
and this is 12%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a big bottle. This is a 2022 rare release, and it is brewed in and bottled by Epic Brewing Company, Salt Lake City, Utah, and Denver. It says Shiver Me Timbers is imported stout confined to rum barrels akin to treasure. Hold on. To treasure marooned on a spit. Alas, this treasure won't last long. So live by the code. Batten down the hatches and plunder the booty. So it doesn't give me any hints as to what I can expect. Just opening it right now. And I don't have any Pilsner glasses, but I do have this giant one.
Whoa.
Perfect.
So let's see what happens. Oh, that's dark. Yo.
Yo.
Shiver Me Timbers for sure. Oh my.
Oh, wow.
That is a dark one for sure.
Hey, Sparkles, do you think your husband would like that beer?
I don't know. I don't know. He's sometimes he likes stout. He doesn't drink a lot of beer. He usually sticks to his usual, but I think I had him try Voodoo Ranger and he liked it. So if I can get through this foam, that's a lot of foam. Let's see what happens.
Oh, God, she's going to love it.
Going for it.
Nice.
Forget the smell.
It's like drinking a milkshake. Wow, that has some real caramel flavor to it. It smells a little bitter, but you can smell the sweeter notes. It has a little chocolate flavor and kind of a caramel chocolate. It doesn't feel super heavy like some of the stouts that I've had, but it's definitely a dark beer, and it is it's pretty rich. It's pretty rich. It leaves a kind of a bittersweet on the tongue, and you can definitely taste the chocolate and a little bit of the caramel. That's what I'm getting from it.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Sparkle.
All right.
Great job.
It was.
Alex, you got to follow that. Okay.
You're a jerk.
That's pretty good. I can hear that.
We got Drecker Purge Ice, and it is a
Ice baby.
Probably.
Oh, ice party.
it's
Oh.
Purry Ice, Purge Purry, and it's I think it's a
Ice party. Dan, dan, dan,
and I
dan,
think
dan,
it's
dan.
I think this is a what's it called, a grape flavor. That's what I heard. So let's get into it. Let's see what it's
Hold on,
all
Alex. Hold on. Let me see the side. What does it say on the gimmicks? Because they put a lot more than what it might say.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold it up to the screen. Other side, brother. Turn around. Keep spinning.
okay.
Ice
Keep
ice.
spinning. Where it says gimmicks.
Cool can.
At the top. Okay, go
Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit.
Bring it down a bit. There we go.
Grape slushy mix, plum and apple.
Wow.
The hell?
That sounds pretty good.
Can't wait to try it.
You sure that's a beer?
Yep. Well, it's I mean it could be anything of a beer, I guess. I don't know.
It's a hard cider wine.
Ice baby.
Yeah, sounds like one.
All right. Oh yeah, that's definitely grape and everything.
Wow.
100%. That is a
It's
delicious.
like a cherry Coke.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Nice.
like a cherry. It's like a cherry. Not. It's not really cherry, but it's like a cherry color, and it looks delicious. Looks like an ice cream kind of beer. But some of these beers kind of are like that with the smoothie, slushy stuff. We got Two Finger Ahead. Nice purple color. That is nice. Nice frothy head. Let's see what it smells like. Oh yeah, it smells like
Bananas.
grape juice. That smells really good. There might be an apple smell in between because you said there's an apple as well.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I do. I think I smell more grape than apple though. I do smell that sweetness though. Man, it smells good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
There's also a little bit of like plum in there, which I think
That's
is.
what I'm saying. Plum. Thank you. I forgot.
Oh, I think it was like grape, apple, plum. Plum's that's a dried fruit, right?
I'm guessing it is.
Well,
It
when
tends,
it,
it tends to not be super sweet unless it's overripe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Creamy. Yeah,
Wow.
you could taste that plum. You can taste that grape, and you can taste that plum. The mouthfeel is very creamy.
But Alex, is it delicious?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I certainly hope it is.
You like a fruity wine, a fruity beer, don't you, Alex?
Well, you 1,100% correct on that. Because you catch me drinking these New England IPAs and these fruity stouts and these barrel aged stouts and all these other beers. It's just I love these flavors. They're just perfect. And that mouthfeel goes right down the tube, right down the palate. That's like drinking plum grape juice. There's no apple taste. There's no apple taste to it though. There might be just a slight, but I don't think so. There is apple in this, according to legendary Tanner, but I don't taste the apple. But I do taste a little bit of plum, a lot bit of grape and plum. That's what I'm tasting. And then on the back end, I'm tasting something else. I can't get my finger on it, but it does have that sweetness too.
I know in baking, apple offsets a lot of those sweetness, elements when you bake, and that might be balancing some of that out. Who knows?
That might be it. Oh, you know what it tastes like? It kind of tastes like
Deliciousness.
I don't have the purple ones, but it kind of tastes similar to this.
Oh,
the Pez. Yeah, man.
Oh,
I love
Now,
it.
what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm saying is this is lemon, but I'm just saying there is grape.
What are you loading that into, Alex?
What's saying?
What are you loading that Pez into?
I don't load in. I don't do nothing.
You
I
just
open
the
it up.
Pez. You don't have the. You don't have the
A
contraption.
dispenser.
No, I don't do that. I haven't done that in years.
Oh, what's the fun in that, man?
You have to have a dispenser.
But yeah, no, I agree.
Can you even get them anymore?
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah. This is really good. I mean, it does have that fresh fruit grape. What's the other one? Plum in this, but at the end of the flavor, at the end of the palate, after you swallowed everything, it does have that Penn's taste to it of a grape. I haven't had it in so long, but I do remember that taste. So, but again, this is very fresh. This is fresh, very fresh on fruit. I'm going to continue to drink this. I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to give you a good rating. That's all there is to it. I can't wait to give you that good rating. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me join, BuMpy.
Oh,
Cheers, Alex.
thanks for joining, Alex.
Cheers.
Time.
Cheers, Alex.
Yeah, there you go, Alex. Get your plums out, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Delicious.
Luke John wants to see him.
Keep it up.
Keep dreaming, Luke John.
Now we got
right.
East Coast. LQ reviews. Tanner. Chug, 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 chug.
Oh, wow. You want me to do a chug before I do the review? Should I do that? Should I do that, BuMpy?
Instant
I think you
replay.
did
No.
a chug not too long ago.
Yeah, hold on.
Mm.
So this is gonna be. We're gonna get a little loose before we do the review.
The chug master. Here we go.
This is for you, Luke John.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh. Hold on. There. All right. We're going to be doing the Powder Day IPA chug for you, Luke John. I hope you're still watching. And cheers to you, Sam. Good to see you, man. This is a really good beer. 7.7% IPA. Right.
Whoa.
Chug, 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 chug.
No.
Nice.
You did it.
All right. The beer that I'm going to be reviewing today is a beer by Kettlehead Brewing Company. This is their Quest.
West.
It's a double IPA. No canned on date, but I believe these were just recently released. Just started showing up in my area. Saw them last week. And before that, yeah, whatever. Before that, I didn't see them. And I'm guessing that these are fairly relevant to the shelf. But this guy over here in the corner gave me a beer, BuMpy Road Brews. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so it's a double IPA, 8% alcohol by volume by Kettlehead. They're out of Franklin, New Hampshire. Pour this up. Before I got my hot glass from Tilted Barn. Definitely on the darker side of a New England IPA. Oh, it's kind of got that. It's kind of got that dirty dishwater.
Yeah,
appearance.
a little pink tone.
Yeah, a little bit of like your brownish. Hold it up to the light. It's a little bit more golden orange. But looking at it like that, yeah, it's definitely a lot darker. But yeah, good amount of haze. No clarity through it at all. I don't see much effervescence. Got a little bit of a rocky head on top, a little bit of that creamy, frothy lacing, tight knit bubbles on the side, though. It's a good looking beer. It just looks a little bit darker. Kind of going towards that oxidized look, but I don't think it's oxidized. I think it's just a little bit on the darker side. Let's go for the nose.
Yeah, that was like one of their first kind of go rounds of beers.
Yeah, mango, a little bit more malty sweetness, a little bit of melon, breadiness, orange. It's not like the aroma isn't jumping out of the glass. I would say it's a little bit more citrusy and fruity than your typical juicy tropical IPA. But nothing offensive. Just kind of a little lackluster on the nose, but more citrusy, fruity. 8% alcohol by volume, definitely not noticeable on the nose at all. Let's dive in. Cheers, guys.
Please be delicious.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Man,
Tanner.
don't be delicious.
Oh, the palate's very different. Creamy mouthfeel, but there is a good amount of like malty sweetness. I noticed that from their Agent IPA has a good amount of that like caramel malt sweetness. This is somewhat reminiscent of that. This seems a little bit more tropical than the Agent. A little bit more peach. There's somewhat of a little bit of a spicy hop finish. Grapefruit and orange. It's actually very drinkable. It's actually very crushable, drinkable for an 8%. Calling it a double, right? Yeah, double IPA. As far as the body, it's drinking a little bit more lighter. So I guess that kind of comes into the aspect of it's a double IPA, but it's a little bit more drinkable, but it's a little bit lighter as far as like the hops. You could probably tell by the appearance of the beer. It's not like super hop forward, like let's say like a Modest Man beer. Good amount of like juicy tropical up front, but I would definitely say this is more complex in the citrusy aspect of the beer. And yeah, it's good. It's drinkable. Carbonation's kind of light. Mouthfeel's about medium, but it's solid. It's drinkable. There's nothing offensive. But it seems like Kettlehead personally, does Kettlehead do the just puree? Was that Kettlehead?
No, it's Branch and Blade.
Branch and Blade. Kettlehead, I would say, is maybe like if I were to rank them, I would say Modest Man, Branch and Blade, Kettlehead. So their IPAs are solid, they're drinkable, but as far as what you can get out of the other companies, I think they're not as good as some of the other stuff. But it's still a solid drinking beer, nothing offensive, but it seems like a little bit more malty sweetness. There's no date on this, but like I said, this just showed up over here and in Massachusetts after BuMpy gave me a can. But yeah, they're not bad. I would definitely, if I were to recommend the three, I would definitely pick Modest Man and Branch and Blade over the Kettlehead. Not bad.
I like the triples. The triples are amazing.
The Kettlehead triples?
Yeah.
I don't think I've had one of those.
Yeah, they're triples and they're I'm not sure if they did a quad actually, but their triples are good. I think
Yeah,
they
even
probably
like
do.
their-
They
they
probably do
call
some
it
of the best
their-
triples.
They
Yeah.
call it their flagship is the agent. And the agent is kind of like multi-forward and like a little bit more of a New England IPA that's kind of older style than what is present today. But enough rambling out of me. I'll have a score next time around. Thank
All
you,
right.
Bubby, for beer.
Cheers.
I do appreciate it, bro. It's good.
Cheers.
Thanks, Bubby.
Cheers. You're on a
Cheers,
quest.
bro.
Legendary.
Thank you for
I'll
stopping
bring
by
them up after
BuMpY
you
Road
introduce
Brew. Why not? Cheers to the comments in the chat. Keep it going. And little brief story. Tanner and I went to the Tilted Barn Brewery, and I believe one of the 2 4-packs that I bought, one of them I hadn't tried their beers from yet. I don't recall ever trying it. So why the heck not? Let's do that now. It's 7.8%. They're calling it an Imperial IPA. It's right on the cusp, if you ask me. 7.8%. It is an American double IPA with an extremely soft mouthfeel, notes of pineapple, mango, and guava, very subtle. And then they say 7.5 ABV. Okay, that's a little weird. But the can does say 7.8. This is a beer called Cactus. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's kind of.
I think
Dude,
this
Tilted
the
Barn
bottom of
makes
the can
good shit.
says the 21st of December 2022. This was canned on. And if anybody's interested in getting there to Tilted Barn Brewery, it's on 1 Helmsley Place, Exeter, Rhode Island. And according to Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy. All right, thank you, Surgeon General. You're looking out for our people. All right, good. All right, let's do it. Now they have put all that beer right to the top of that can, so you're getting a full 16 ounces.
Good.
Store cold, enjoy fresh.
They did it right.
I'll put it in a Teku glass from.
Dude, Tilted Barn,
Yeah,
that makes some good shit.
Nice.
And it's funny too because Josh is from Virginia and he put me on at Tilted Barn and they're out of Rhode Island.
What the hell? What, Josh? What the hell?
Yeah, Josh told me about Tilted Barn.
It's crazy how he could tell you about your own beers from your own town. It's like,
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. So I don't know what exact hopping they're using or what style hops they're actually using here, but there's the look on that crazy beer.
Oh.
It is more orangey. It's more orangey than this yellow color. But definitely it's got the nice part. Super bright white head. Pretty much 2 fingers there. Yeah, you can't see through it. I can see some carbonation around the foam of the beer. It's super bright. There's some of the carbonation. It's just super bright, eggshell colored. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a huge tropical citrusy juice note. I'm actually getting a lot of orangey notes out of this one, including the grapefruit and some pineapple. Definitely a pithiness to it. The outer layer of the rind or of the peel. I'm getting that note from the orange and the grapefruit. White bready malt, something that's remind me of a lactose. I'm pretty sure they didn't add lactose to this, but I get a lot of that note in these styles of beers. White bready Pilsner crackery malt. There's a nice oily, zesty note out of the hops. So 7.8. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not very much. Tastes like a nice tropical drink.
Refreshing.
Do it. The Cactus. Cheers.
Nice.
Here's a good
Cheers.
color. Right.
Nice.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
So it actually starts out a little bit.
these be delicious.
It actually starts out a little bit on the watery side, providing you instantly with a really nice mouthfeel. I picked up to more of a medium in the middle of the palate and at the back end of the palate. Very pillowy smooth. It's got the bitterness at the back end. It's a really well-rounded bitterness. It's not overly bitter. It's not going to give you that bitter beer face from the 90s or 80s in those commercials. It's not going to do that to you, which is nice. It's got a nice fresh squeezed orange juice, grapefruit juice, a little bit of pineapples in there. I can see that guava note in there. I'm getting this white bready malt to it. I don't know if they're using a white wheat malt or a flaked oat. It feels like more like a white wheat malt. It's got a really nice, again, a nice pillowy mouthfeel, a little bit of the dank notes to it. I'm getting a little bit of the, like, I don't know if it's a piney, but I'm getting the resinous hoppy note out of the beer too. It's very clean beer. It's a very clean tasting beer. It has a nice resinous, oily feel, maybe a little bit of like a white peppercorn note too. Very clean at the back end. Again, you're getting left with a little bit of citrusy juice note. Medium mouthfeel, crisp, clean, ultra refreshing. Very, very happy and impressed. This will get a good number out of 100. So until then, cheers to the rest of the panel. Thanks, BuMpY.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good
Does
beer.
anybody has anybody ever done a 1,000-point review?
Never heard of that legendary.
Cheers, Josh.
I'll give a 900 out of 1,000.
I did a 1,000 review. I don't know. I don't count my reviews.
998.1 out of 1,000.
Yeah, right.
Very
What does that
pithy.
equal?
A
Thank you,
good
Eric.
score.
Hey,
Hey, Alex,
Peter
who is
Webb.
it?
Peter Webb.
cheers, everyone. All right. Cheers, Bill just walked in. Cheers, man. All right, so I got one from Umagang. It's called Nomagang. And the guys look like me on here with a little red hat. Belgian style blonde ale at 9.5%. There was a new one that said it's good.
Oh my God.
The 12/5 yeah. 12/5/2023 is it's good. Yeah. Can't talk. Yeah, Belgian style blonde. Let's get into it. Cheers. Right.
Cheers.
A blonde. All right.
It's good until last year at this time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a nice golden, almost orange looking color in the light. It's got kind of a deep gold or light orange. Kind of an off-white head, somewhat off-white, creamy looking head. Silky. Really fluffy, actually, like a cloud. Let's get in the nose. It's got a light phenolic kind of smell to it, yeastiness. It's got a little bit of lemongrass. Slight caramel, maybe some honey. It's nice. Yeah, nice silky head, holding tight, good retention, great retention, excellent retention. A little hazy, kind of opaque. At the bottom, it's a little more lighter. You're getting some kind of medium rising bubbles with the big old like turbo boosting huge bubble going up every once in a while. It's pretty active in there. It's a can conditioned beer, they say, so cool. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, please be delicious.
Cheers, beer man.
It's bubbly on the mouthfeel. Very bubbly and sparkly. Almost champagne-y. It's got a nice that phenols come out again, but with somewhat of a honey floral kind of orange lemony kind of thing going on. It's very nice. It's almost bubblegummy in a way, a little bit of bubblegum sensation. The body is I'd say a medium light, kind of in that. It's because it's dry, it's bubbly, it's kind of got that refreshing feel, kind of sparkly on the tongue and on the palate, all around. It shoots all those flavors back. Very, very a little relaxed. Like I said, it's not super phenolic, but it does have a nice spread go through your mouth of that nice yeasty Belgian quality that you're looking for. Very nice, very soft on the. I'd say kind of creamy too. A little bit of creaminess. The alcohol is pretty well hidden. It does show a little bit of alcohol. There's a little heat in the finish. with a dry kind of feel, but very nice overall. Good beer. This tastes very good. Cheers.
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 Nice.
Well,
Nice
damn.
beer, man.
Sounds good.
I believe it's Legendary Dan or Legendary Josh because he's here.
Oh, damn.
There you go. Legendary Dan.
Hi,
Woo.
in the man.
Hi, Dan.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Tanner's setting freaking precedents over there, so
Keep it up there, Mr. Dan. Appreciate you.
What did I do?
Oh,
How you
there we
doing?
go.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think you were. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Hugging, well, I didn't know
What's
about
up, dude?
so today I have surprise, a beer from the Other Half Brewing Company.
Good job, Dan. You did it.
Wait. Are
Banquet.
you saying that you've never had that beer?
No,
You know what I
it's
chugged?
brand new. That's why.
I chugged a 7.7.
Legendary Dan. Let's see what you got.
What is
Right.
it?
Maybe I'll chug this, Tanner.
No.
So this is from the Other Half Collab Week for the 9th anniversary. That is this month for Other Half. And this is the number 8 in their series. It's a triple India Pale Ale, and it is a collaboration with Trillium Brewing Company and Cloudwater Brewing Company with Galaxy, Nectaron, and Motueka, 10% ABV.
Sounds delicious.
And canned on date, I don't know. It's very messed up. It's this month. I know it's this month. So
It says 2023 at least.
yeah, it was definitely this month. So we'll see how it is. I imagine it's probably gonna be sort of green. Just came out last week.
Well, the good news is, Legendary Dan, you probably have a couple more cans of that. You
It
can
looks
probably
green.
hold back for next couple weeks, don't you? Oh, that looks. Oh my God, that
It does
looks
look green. Like crap.
Wow.
Legendary Dan, that looks delicious.
So yeah, it's got that kind of squash soup, kind of turkey gravy kind of color, with a hint of orange juice in it, I guess.
Gravy and orange juice. Okay.
The head is really compact, just kind of nice creamy bubbles, Alex. Oh boy.
Seriously, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. I mean, collab with Trillium and Cloudwater, and it's got Motueka in it. I mean, come on.
And Nectaron.
And Nectaron. And Galaxy. So
Oh, nice.
life is good until I taste it, and we'll see.
I bet
right,
it's
let's-
going to be delicious.
Wow. Okay, so that's got that really stanky pineapple thing going on.
Mm.
Mm.
Like pineapple that's been sitting in the fruit bowl for about a week too long out of the fridge.
Oh. Oh.
A little bit of like peach rings with a like a grassy herbal kind of thing going on as well.
Nice.
It does got that slight band-aidy thing going on.
Oh,
Band-Aid.
Oh,
I mean, in some
Iodine.
situations, it's not so bad, the band-aidy thing. Sometimes it's we'll see how it tastes.
After it comes off the cut, or
ugh.
yeah. No, it's. I mean, you can definitely tell it's fresh, like super fresh. It tastes or smells just very, just I don't know. It like you took the tops, the pellets, and just wadded them up, ground them in your hand, and went like that, you know.
Mm.
So, all right, cheers. Dive in.
cheers. Please be delicious.
That's gonna be delicious.
I hope it's awful.
Keep it up there, Mr.
I didn't know.
Tanner.
All right, so unfortunately, Josh was right. This tastes like every other IPA I've ever had in my life. Not really.
Keep it up, Dan. Your turn.
I was gonna say, you're gonna ever
Yeah.
compare anything to what? Josh
Actually, you know what?
did?
For 10% right off the rip, I will tell you this: the body seems a little thin,
Oh,
in comparison to other triples from Other Half. I say triples because 10% it could be leaning either way.
I
But,
say triple two, Legendary Dan. I agree.
but I think the body lends to being drinkable somewhat. So
Any creaminess in the
Come
mouth.
on.
the mouthfeel, Alex. It's creamy, buddy. It's creamy.
Oh,
So,
that's good.
Should we come up with a new style called phony IPA? and
Bony.
it's like a double ABV where we're considering it a triple, so we call it a phony IPA.
Bony IPA.
That's funny.
We'll call it the cheating dad, where he lives double lives.
Oh,
you know?
sweet.
So actually, on the taste, it's a lot more fruitier than the nose led me to believe. It's not quite that super like ranky dank kind of weed thing going on. It got that punch of passion fruit and a little bit of like ripe mango, maybe overripened mango.
Is it
I'd say with a
strong
touch of what's
Is
that?
Is it strong pineapple?
It's like candied pineapple, almost like your Dole fruit cups. Where you
Right.
get like the pear in it. You know,
Oh, I
the-
remember that.
Right.
You know,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
And you sip it. Maybe slightly not as sweet as that, but it's approaching that.
Okay.
But there's this really nice bitterness on the back end that just kind of rounds it all out. Honestly, so me and my other half, not this other half, we bought a bunch of the collaboration beers. There was probably like 9 of them, I think. So we just split every 4-pack. So I have one more can of this. So I'm gonna let the other can sit, I think, because with the other half triples, I think after like the 3-week mark, they start like just coming together and settling down. So as it stands right now, this is slamming. Like, it's very drinkable for 10%. Booze, not really there. I would say the only burn is probably just from being green. Yeah. I'm not mad about my purchase.
Mr.
So,
Dan,
oh, there you go. There you go. All right. I'm going to shut up now so BuMpY and Josh can
you have this
present their
beer,
beers.
Mr. Dan?
So, BuMpY, thanks for having me on so late. I apologize, and I apologize to the rest of the panel
Show
for
me, Dan.
just dropping in
It's not
very late.
acceptable.
So,
Well, you didn't drop in as late as the next
It's not
guy. So
acceptable.
appreciate you.
Was first.
it's a
Good to have
pleasure,
you
guys and gals.
Oh, me, Dan. All right.
Got
I
some-
pulled my truck up behind the bay and I
Totally
realized.
unacceptable. Totally
Nice job.
unacceptable.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
This guy too.
So tonight I have a beer from Burial out of Asheville, North Carolina. This is the Too Old to Live, Too Young to Die triple
Oh my gosh, get him out of here.
IPA. So 8.5% ABV. That's the can art.
Wow.
It's like a desert.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
And on December 12th, 2023. Just kidding, 2022. So this has double dry hop with El Dorado, Galaxy, and Vic Secret, and then finished with El Dorado Cryo. So, yeah. I've had a bunch of beers from Burial. They've all been pretty good, so hopefully this one's good.
Ooh, looking delicious. It looks a little hazy, New England IPA style.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
How many beers have you chugged, Alex?
I've only drank one.
It looks like kind of nice little 2-finger head there. Not too many bubbles up top. It's lighter in person than it looks darker. It's like looks like a dark orange on camera.
Mhm.
Aromas, I'm getting a lot of what is that? Like a lot of passion fruit, sweet orange, maybe like a honeydew kind of smell to it, or some sort of melon. It's got a sweetness to it, but then you get kind of a little bit of bitterness. But it smells very tropical and juicy. So, yeah. Let's hope it's delicious, right, Alex?
Hell yeah. What's
Hell
up there,
yeah.
Alex Jr.? I forgot to
What's up,
say
Alex?
hello.
Cheers, bro.
Got a very pillowy mouthfeel. It's very
Yes.
medium mouthfeel, pushing full. Sweetness up front, like ripe pineapple. Then it kind of goes into like a melon type citrus taste on the aftertaste. ABV hidden very well, 8.5. No booze detected whatsoever. It's nice. I feel like it's a very balanced beer. Like I said, it kind of starts off sweet, and it kind of mellows into like a citrusy, piney aftertaste. Like I said, the mouthfeel is medium, pushing full almost. Pillowy, creamy, Alex. It's creamy.
Score again. Woo!
Oh my God.
Fluffy.
Yeah, this is good. Picking up some of that Big Secret in there too. Galaxy, El Dorado. Everyone's using Cryo.
The sexiest of hops.
It is sexiest of hops. Big Secret's so good. Yeah, this one's good. I like it. Like I said, very well balanced. Great flavor, great aroma. So I'm gonna keep sipping on it and come up with a score. Cheers.
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 All right. Well, thank you, Josh.
I think it's the legendary Bumpy's turn. I got a feeling.
Thanks, Alex.
There he is.
It's a me.
It's me, Mario.
Mario.
It's a me. It's a Mario.
There you are.
So I've got an interesting one. I was kind of hoping Miscellaneous would be here tonight because he'd be like all waiting to hear about what the hell this is gonna come out like.
Well, where the fuck is he?
That's because he's an Android
Florida.
not here. I think.
Here's a clue.
A Blue's Clue.
Oh,
It's really yummy. It's a bomber.
oh my.
A
Trill Bomb.
I haven't had one of those in forever. Those are good.
Yeah, this is a collaboration between Prairie Artisan Ales.
Oh,
And
very
Trillium.
delicious.
It is an imperial stout that's aged on coffee, cacao, vanilla beans, and chili peppers, and it's
Whoa.
barrel aged. So this is a barrel aged Trill Bomb. Comes in at 13.4% ABV. There's no bottled on date. But let's go ahead and open it up. Give it a pour. Let's get some dog ears on the cap first. These are my lovely side beers for the night as I waited patiently.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, this pours out like a
Coffee.
prairie.
Coffee.
The head, like it started to build very, very dark, chocolatey kind of head with a bit of a cherry note. I can tell you this thing is pretty pungent. It's got some aromatics coming off of it. This is definitely smelling better than just a Prairie Artisan bomb for sure. This is jet black.
Damn. Yep.
The aromas. It's almost like a peanut brittle. But I was getting a lot of cherry type notes at first. Get that kind of bourbon, that vanilla. There's a coffee note, very nice chocolate. The chocolate's coming off that kind of semi-sweet, like Hershey's semi-sweet special chocolate.
Special dark.
The ones that come in, they look like the treasure chests.
Yes.
A special dark.
Oh yeah, just loads of chocolate goodness and dark fruits, kind of like raisinets going on here. A little bit of more plum action.
Damn.
There was almost a peanut like smell to it. Like I said before, there was like a peanut brittle, but there's no peanut in this. Made on a conveyor system with nuts. Oh, okay.
With nuts. There you go.
The description of you made on a conveyor belt.
This is more nuts than the beer called Nuts.
You were nuts, BuMpy.
Nuts.
No, it's got it's got vanilla. Vanilla's in it. I was gonna say it's got this kind of marshmallowy aroma too. Yeah, it smells pretty decent. Cheers.
Cheers. Please be delicious.
It may be delicious, actually.
I got a feeling it's going to be delicious.
The chili really comes up.
Mouthfeel is full. It's thick. Woo.
Spicy.
Yeah.
This actually has some damn spice to it. You can't smell the chili peppers, but this is the way that the prairie bombs should be. Prairie bombs barely have any. There's like you can't even notice that they have any spice to them. This has I couldn't even talk about the flavors because it's like the spice. Whoa.
It's intense a little bit.
Yeah, it's thick. It's got a lot of like chocolate, marshmallow, a touch of the roasted coffee. It's almost like a s'mores without the graham cracker, but and then like loads of just like almost like red pepper flake type spice. It's just got some spice to it. Little hints of dark fruit right up front too, with that chocolate. Oh, it just hits like mid palate and just carries through and just finishes that spice. It's not like hot. It's not like if you ate like a ghost pepper and it's like, oh, it's burnt. There's just this like tingling spiciness. It's almost like sparkles in the mouth. But yeah,
You're awesome, BuMpy.
It's a thick beer. I would say the ABV is fairly well hidden, but you know it's a big beer because it's a thick boy.
Thick boy.
Sam Smalley, if you rewatch this.
Hey, literally, BuMpy, I got 2 prairies.
Is that with 2 C's?
I got 2 prairies in my fridge, but they're small bottles. They're not big. I have 2 prairies.
And that's the thing too, is I can't tell if that's like carbonate. It feels like there's carbonation prickles, but that prickle keeps going with the spice, with the heat from the chili pepper. So I don't know how carbonated this is because I can't tell if the little pinpricks on my tongue are coming from actual carbonation or it's just the chili pepper. Because that continues, the little pinpricks on my tongue even after I swallow.
Interesting.
There's no carbonation after that. So yeah, this is quite enjoyable. I will have a score for it eventually. But now I think it's time. I wish I knew some good songs. Oh, I just did that. Well, that's boring.
No, you got to hit the free for all like you always do.
Yeah.
Free for all.
The point of the show where you can say whatever you want about your beer or whatever you want.
So Sparkly, you can talk anytime, say anything you want.
Yeah.
And you can interrupt Alex anytime you want.
Slam that on the.
Jesus.
One of the things I found, I'm going to pour the rest of it in here. As crazy as it sounds, and like I said, I'm kind of a newbie in enjoying different beers, but I did look on the label because I was curious, and I didn't see this before. And it says, hold on, got to get my
Holding on.
Imperial Stout aged in rum and whiskey barrels with coffee and cacao added.
Nice.
Now, at first I thought it was like a caramel, but okay, as weird as this sounds, if I was hungover and in the morning, I'd probably do this because it tastes like coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or after a meal,
Where did
if
you
you're-
buy
if
that?
you tend to do coffee after a meal.
Where did you buy that?
Awesome.
Sparkle? What what store did you buy that from?
Total Wine.
Oh, okay.
Total Wine, and it actually
Total Wines. What is it? Total Wine and More? Or
Yes,
Total Wine
it is.
Spirits and
all
More.
Total Wines. It's a 2022 December
Hi, Bumpy.
2022.
Say hi, Bumpy.
But
Yell it.
it's not
Yo.
real
Hi, Bumpy.
strong beer.
Oh, wow.
No, it's not that real strong
Say
beer.
bye-bye, Bumpy.
So I like it. I like it. I expected
All right.
it.
Good night, little man.
I thought it would be-
Yeah, bye-bye, Santa. All right. All right.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Santa.
All right. You ready to
Being
go
a
bye?
scout, I thought it would be heavier,
Yeah.
but it's not. And that's why I say I could probably
Been
do
20
it
years,
morning
Dan.
after a hangover.
That sounds
You know?
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's a good choice. Lighter than I thought, and definitely coffee and cocoa.
Awesome. That sounds good. It's better than the mint one we had, me and Bumpy. That was really
Mint variety variant. There you go.
had kind of a toothpaste spearmint.
Oh,
Not as
mint.
good sounding as the one that man of the people Dan down there, and he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
done.
Hello, Bobby.
One thing I did notice, let me just say, it really, as it's going down, it does leave a trace on the glass, which is kind of a
Yes.
cool thing.
Awesome.
And once it gets down from the big head, I mean, you saw that in the beginning, it does leave those traces of the beer on there. So I'm not sure what that means, but that's pretty cool.
Good
Oh,
vibe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's
does it have alcohol legs, like if you have a spirit?
Do you know what? It didn't taste strong in alcohol, even though it's a 12%. It did not have that real, hit of, because it's in whiskey and rum barrels.
Now, which one of the variants was that, Sparkle?
That sounds
Pardon me?
Which one of the variants was that? You said you had a Big Bad Baptist. What was the variant?
This one is the rum barrel aged. Big Bad Baptist 2022 rare release.
Okay.
nice.
I had another Big Bad Baptist, but I didn't.
Yankee Spirits has a bunch of those, and for the most part, from what I've had, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're not. It doesn't have. In fact, the aftertaste is a very nice coffee. It's a very nice coffee with a little cocoa, and there's not any kind of hops bitterness or anything like that. It just has that really smooth, nice aftertaste.
Nice. That sounds good.
You said it was rum.
Rum and whiskey barrels.
Do you get any like molasses or brown sugar?
Yes, a little bit of molasses.
Yeah.
But it's very subtle. I think that's what makes that coffee flavor a little sweet.
Yeah.
Because I usually put sugar in my coffee or creamer, and that's what this is like, having a little bit of sweetness in it, and perhaps molasses, because it does give it that richness.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, I like those. I like the Big Bad Baptist. I had
me too.
I've had
The right
a couple
ones.
of them. And I had one that was like a Rhode Island. It was like a Yankee Spirits exclusive, which is like it's a chain liquor store that is in Massachusetts, over probably closer to this guy than me. But yeah, they have their a lot of liquor stores do that. They kind of link up with beer companies, breweries.
Right.
They had their own like specially selected barrels from beers / whiskeys of stores
Right.
that are in your area.
Yeah, I'm in Arizona, so it was kind of fun to, find something like this.
Oh yeah, so they must be they're probably doing pretty good for themselves if they're that widespread.
Yeah.
If they're doing like specially selected beers over here in Massachusetts and then Arizona. You know, if they're
We have some great
that
Arizona
widespread
breweries.
that they're
You
doing.
have some great breweries in Arizona where
Yes,
when I
we
went.
do.
Oh my god,
Yes, we do.
some really good breweries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I collected them all. I went to a bottle shop and was like, "What do I want from the local area?" And I just like took them back to my hotel and did a bunch of reviews.
Get
Yeah.
widespread in your local area.
Yeah, we do. But I thought I would try this one instead.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're rating these. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
know-
If you feel like shouting out a
I don't know how to rate it, so I'm going to because I'm still tasting different ones, but I'd give it a good solid 8.
Ooh.
Awesome.
8 out of 10 or 8 out of 100.
8 out of 10.
Oh,
8 out of 10
oh,
because it doesn't kick me in the butt. It doesn't give me that
that's pretty cool.
happiness afterwards.
It makes me very happy.
Oh, yeah.
happy.
Happy. So I got this
Cheers,
cactus.
everybody.
Oh wow, you can't even see it. Whoa! I got this cactus beer in the middle of the hot desert heat over here. This is pretty good. There, Tanner. We went to that brewery, Tilted Barn, and some of the beers, a lot of them were IPAs, and they do IPAs in the American Pale Ales, the New England styles, even the blonde ale. One of the blonde ales that they do is a hoppier beer. So, unlike what Sparkles was just talking about, you kind of have, which I think we're all on the side of the fence where we like a lot of different styles. I think some of us do prefer one sort of a style more times than not, but we all like a lot of different beers, so we don't get too offended by beer styles, really. But this one here, I'm going to turn this the flames off. You can't even see the beer. There we go. Wow. It's blending in. It's doing what Sparkles was talking about with her beer. We got the lacing. We got a cumulonimbus cloud going down over here. Oh,
there it is.
right there. Boom. It's got a lid.
Yeah.
This thing is really, it's pretty thick. Yeah, that lacing's pretty thick. It's got a really good mouthfeel. It's drinking really easy. The bitterness is the bitterness. You're absolutely getting bitterness. Yes, sure. But it's so tame and mild, and it plays off of the oiliness of the hops. It plays off of the breadiness, the nice silky mouthfeel, and now I'm getting an orange juice kind of a note with the grapefruit and the papaya and the rind of the fruit. It's all working really well together. And that drinkable Pilsner malty or pale malty ness to it, that crackery Pilsner white bready malt is really helping out and smoothing out the drinkability. It's a really good beer. I'm trying to think, do I give it a flaw? Do I give it a fault? It's maybe a tad hoppier, bitter, bitter resin, oily than I would typically like out of that style. But if that's the only complaint, I should probably just give it a 95 and call it a day on that. That is nice drinking beer. If you want a little bit of that resiny hop flavor in the back end when it dries, typically I like a little less and more of the Pilsner maltier or that white bready malt kind of a drinkability, cleanliness in the background. But you get a lot of that. You get a lot of that flavor, and I appreciate that it does do some drying. There is some drying, so you're getting a pretty nice punch, but it dries. So it's not sticking around for a while. The mouth feels pretty dry afterwards, and it really commands you to want to have another sip. I think with spicier foods, grilled foods, this would be really good. Maybe even a seafood, like salmon or something kind of tuna, medium rare tuna. This would be really good to replace your white wine or your sparkling wines with you're like this. I think that would really work well in contrasting some of the saltier, fishier kind of flavors, and it would bring a nice contrast. It would bring a nice complementary flavor with the citrusy note. So yeah, I do have to go 95.
Nice.
Good beer. Really nice.
Nice.
Nice, dude. Sounds great.
Drink it cold. No, don't let it warm up. No.
Yeah.
I chose wisely.
Man.
Let's not all talk at the same time.
Well,
At the same time.
I'm going to have to say my beer.
All right. How about you, Tanner?
Oh,
I love you, BuMpy. One day you'll realize that.
Oh, you want to hear what I have to say?
But oh, seriousness though, my beer's 100. I love it.
Oh,
Wow.
so there could be
Oh, you
no
didn't
better
have to do
beer
that.
in that cloud than
JV
that
doesn't
beer.
even watch my show anymore.
no other beer that would top that, huh?
No, oh no. There's been other hundreds, trust me.
Oh,
But
Too many, but go on.
I tell it how it is.
Every Monday.
Monday.
It doesn't hit the spot like a 8% double New England IPA.
What was that,
It's
6-8?
It's a little bit more New England forward. It's a little bit more not New England forward. It's a little bit more malty forward.
Tanner, what is that, 6-8?
8% actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and the Agent IPA kind of it's I bet you any money it's almost the same aspect of the Agent IPA with a little bit higher ABV.
I've had Triple Agent. That's crazy.
It's a little bit more malty forward. There's a little bit more like a caramel malt sweetness. It's all right. It's a good beer. It's solid. 8% ABV. It'll get you going. But yeah, it's not what I look forward to. Specifically from like the New Hampshire beers. Like I said, Kettlehead, Branch and Blade. Their products are much better.
Bumpy, you gotta get this guy a triple.
Yeah.
Run that like an 88.
No,
Not bad.
I blame Luke John. He's got to stop paying Tanner to chug.
Why do you not agree that Kettlehead's double IPAs aren't as good as Branch and Blade and
I will.
Modest Man?
My personal opinion, out of all the beers I've gotten from Bumpy, my hierarchy is Kettlehead, Modest Man, Branch and Blade. Every Kettlehead beer that Bumpy sent us has
No
been an
way.
absolute fire.
Nice.
No way.
I'm telling you, just I
No
honestly, Bumpy, you said that's like one of the first IPAs ever made. You said,
Quest is like,
yeah,
Agent obviously is their
No
first.
way, dude. It's
Quest is one of
Modest Man, Branch and Blade, Kettlehead.
How many
No
Kettleheads
way.
have you had though?
Kettlehead, I've had a good amount of their products.
Well, then again, everyone has different palates.
Yeah,
And then their Agent
I'm saying-
IPA, they have.
See, I'm basing this off triple status though.
Yeah.
Like triples.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. Exactly. That's the
Look
thing. I've
forward
had
there.
more of their standard IPAs. Kettlehead, like their Agent IPA, I'm not a big fan of.
Hmm.
But like
You would love their
Blade,
triple Agent though.
Branch and Blade makes phenomenal heavily fruited sours, which I love. Modest Man, their New England IPAs, double New England IPAs, are fucking phenomenal.
Oh, you know what? You know what, Tanner?
And then
Yeah,
like,
Bumpy doesn't
Kettlehead
matter.
is
I
would say
did
that
a
Kettlehead is
disservice.
third. I don't
to
know.
Bumpy.
Hold on. Let me ask Bumpy right now.
Ooh.
What would you rate Kettlehead, Modest Man, Branch and Blade?
Haven't had either of them. Go ahead,
It's a toss up. I would say I like more IPAs from Modest Man than I
Modest
do
Man.
from Kettlehead. But Branch and Blade, I wouldn't even list them as I hate Branch and Blade.
You know what disservice I did though?
Yeah, but their fruited
Their
sour
fruited sours are top notch.
friggin' unbelievable.
Yeah, but Spyglass, I think I put Spyglass.
I forgot to mention Spyglass. Spyglass is right up there. New Hampshire.
I'd go Spyglass, Modest Man, Kettle.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had beers from Spyglass, BuMpy.
Yeah,
Oh, they're good. They're good.
I forgot to mention that. I would say Spyglass is number 2.
If I've had them, it had to be from hanging out with you, but I don't think I had.
No, Spyglass is delicious, legendary Tanner. Mark my words.
I don't think I've had Spyglass
from BuMpy. It was good.
Spyglass is like taking pages directly from Treehouse and Trilogy.
It's very delicious.
Combined.
Spyglass? Yeah, I don't think I've had Spyglass.
Alex's number 1 brewery is Pipe Dream.
It is,
Oh, yeah.
it is. But I'm hearing some. I heard some. Not.
All right, let's just put it this way: New Hampshire's making some good products.
They are.
Exactly.
Kettlehead is all right.
And I know New Hampshire's making quality products.
I don't have that Kettlehead.
All due to BuMpy Road Brews.
Thank you
so much, Jesse.
Have you had Kettlehead New England IPAs that were like phenomenal, BuMpy?
Have I had Kettlehead New England IPAs that have been phenomenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I don't think from what I've had.
Oh,
I don't know. They don't.
Dude, you keep basing off
don't ask for
that,
those.
Yeah, they're Pyramids, which was a double New England
Pyramids
IPA. That
was
was really
insane.
good.
Okay, well, they don't seem like they're they seem like they don't compete to the kettle. They seem like they don't compete to Modest Man.
I'll have to.
Branch Blade.
I'll either have to tell you which beers to pick out when you get them down there, or pick some up and when we're gonna like meet up or something at some point again.
No, what I feel like, Tanner? I feel like you know how you meet somebody and the first impression is everything, and sometimes you have a really bad first impression.
Yeah.
And then like later on you like sort of understand that person more. You're like, oh, they're not such an asshole. Like I feel like that's you and Kettlehead right now.
Well,
Oh my god, that's funny.
Way to put it.
I will tell you this.
No, I'm not calling. No, I'm not calling you an asshole. I'm saying like when you met somebody with first impression, you're like that guy's an asshole.
I just haven't been like a huge fan of. I feel like Modest Man and Branch and Blade and the other New Hampshire breweries have been just way better than Kettlehead.
Tanner, never chug us.
Tanner met geeky Kettlehead with braces and glasses and the crooked eyes and maybe that day.
And like another year, Tanner's gonna see the Kettlehead with the braces gone, with the perfect teeth and the fucking.
I mean, that's what I've had.
Well, all right.
BuMpy, I did something in honor of BuMpy here.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
All right. So my rating tonight will not be out of 5. Usually it's out of 5.
Sweet.
I did a 50-point inspection because BuMpy gave me all the criteria.
I have that video coming up in like a week.
Good luck editing this on, bitch. It's like an hour long. Anyways, so let me bring up. I got my post-it note and then your criteria. So appearance, I gave it a 6. It looks every bit a part of what I thought it should be.
Looks like okay.
So aroma. So overall, I gave the aroma an 8. How I got there was I gave it a 4 for the other category. I mean, for every hop they put in there, it is what it is. Hops, I gave it a 3. Malt, I gave it 2 out of 3, which landed me at my 8. Flavor, I ended up at my malt was 3. My hops were 4. My balance was a 5. Carbonation was out of 3. I gave it a 3. Aftertaste, I gave it a 2 just because it's a little green, a little hop. So I ended up with, I believe, 18 for flavor, I think it was. Or no, 17. Body and mouthfeel, I give the body a 4 because, like I said, it's a little thin. For the mouthfeel is good, but for what it is,
you wanted a little bit more of a
little bit. Overall, I gave it an 8, which I believe if my calculations are right. I think that lands me at 44 out of 50
Oh,
It could be my math is. I'm not good at math.
It sounds pretty. It sounds
Sure,
about right.
dude.
But 44 out of 50. So I mean, it's a really good beer. Like I said, I really want to check it out. Like, give it a few weeks. I want to check out the other can in a few weeks. I'm gonna shut down all temptations. I'm gonna shove it in the back of the beer fridge, and I won't see it. And then I'll be like, oh, I still got this, and hopefully I'll drink it, and everything will set in. And
nice.
I will say this: after warming, the candied, that Band-Aid-y thing has kind of gone away.
Nice.
Yeah,
But I'm getting a nice kind of like lemony lime kind of zip to it, like Sprite, almost. Yeah, it's a really good triple, if you will.
that Band-Aid thing worried me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think maybe some people have talked about that, maybe like burnt rubber kind of thing. It's the galaxy in it. Sometimes certain lots of galaxy you get like burnt rubber kind of Band-Aid-y thing going on. But yeah, it's super drinkable though, and that's the thing about that freaking body. It's like, man, do I want this the way the body is versus like more thick, you know? So to each his own, I guess. So yeah, 44 out of 50. It's BuMpy. Where does that land us?
Good job.
44 out of 50.
That would be very good.
I agree with that.
Yeah, very good.
That'd be very good at that rate.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Thanks for doing that.
I like the
Appreciate it.
system, man. It's it really, you know.
You really have to scrutinize on what you're doing,
Right.
what you're calling the beer.
Right.
It helps me figure out my score because it's like
Oh, that's
I can
good.
just kind of be like, yeah, kind of like give it this score, but
Right.
Is there like a list that you can look at to rate the different levels of the beer?
Yeah, I mean,
Because of formula,
his categories have the subcategories within, and each subcategory has a value point, and then you're allowed that certain value point in it. or
Yeah,
whatever.
each category you're rating the beer
Right.
based upon. Yeah.
You can look up BJCP score sheet or whatever. It'll like
Yeah.
go through.
Oh,
And you know, it equals up. If I was going to rate it a 5, I'd probably get like a 4.35. So I think the 44 out of 50 or whatever would be, you know, appropriate.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned like what you said about what were you saying about the footy or the locker? Or I forgot what you were saying. No, but certain. I was listening to something today, cleaning, and it was saying that certain hops will work better with certain yeast, depending on what temperatures they're at and the fermentation. Like during mid fermentation, high Krausen, kind of this that for the New Englands. And it's really amazing how certain like compounds will come out of certain parts of that yeast and then work with the hops and bring out the flavors, and it's just weird.
So the thing I want to clarify is that kind of Band-Aid-y burnt rubber thing is very slight.
Yeah.
It's not like overtaking any aspect of the beer,
Right.
but there is that slight bit of aftertaste.
Okay.
And like, I'll be very eager, like I said, and maybe I'll just throw it on like a stream in a few weeks of saying, "Hey, I tried this in a few weeks, and this is how it turned out." To see how it transformed.
that'd be
I
great.
think that's.
See that? Yeah.
I like the science of beer when it comes to that.
Me too.
You know, when aging beers,
Definitely.
regardless of style, or you know,
Well, how do you know what the aging process did to the beer if you never tried it in the first place?
right.
You got to get a
olive
taste.
oil.
So I will say, typically with like a big IPA,
Yeah.
what I like doing is I buy the 4-pack, and I try one each week of the month.
That's cool. Right on.
You know what I mean? And then you can really get a handle on how the beer, adjusts over time.
Pardon me, beer man, but I like your style over there.
I worked for Anheuser-Busch for a few years. And of course, we had to go to St. Louis and, and watch how they made it and all this stuff. And so, I was propelled to have to do the Anheuser-Busch beers. And I was never a beer drinker before that. So that was a real trick. And, so I didn't have a big foundation of other beers. And I got into wines more, after I left there. And, so this is my first foray into experimenting with different beers, and I'm loving it because
Hell yeah.
hey, everything's better than the Anheuser-Busch. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely by far.
Just saying.
I mean, you have to remember though, back in the 70s and 80s, you didn't have the delicious craft beers.
Right. And that was the when was I there? In the mid 80s.
Yeah.
And so they would come up with all these different
Tanner.
different kinds, different brews,
Yeah.
whatever. But that was my reference point, that as it is.
It was everyone's reference point at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap started coming out.
Yeah,
Now I go for it. I go and try some of theirs, and I'm like, no, not doing this.
But don't get me wrong, Budweiser apparently got into the craft beer world too now.
Yeah.
Well, they got into it by acquiring
Acquiring
brands. Yeah.
I'm still not impressed, though.
They couldn't just not sit back and watch what
I
craft
agree,
beer is
Penrose.
doing, how much money that's going into that industry. They may not be physically brewing the said beer that there's at facilities, but it's like any other company. They're growing their portfolio by acquiring.
I mean, one of my favorite products in beer is the AB Bev product. I mean, by fault.
Bourbon County Stout.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I mean, I really feel like that's kind of like it's a crux that people fall upon. Like, really, they didn't touch that project at all.
They didn't
touch that division. You know what I mean?
When I'm thirsty and I want something crisp, I want something cold, I'll down a Bud. But other than that, no.
Yep.
I cannot drink Budweiser to this day.
I don't know the last time I had
it's when I was 17, our first beers, we used to get warm 20 packs of Budweiser bottled and in my buddy's corner of his room, and we sit there and drink them, warm, because we can't put it in the fridge, we're at 17. And to this day, I just
bad taste.
It's like your water boy.
Oh yeah. Sweet, man.
What is that?
Dude, Poppy has one too, Tanner. It's called Drip Drop.
I've heard of Drip Drop.
What are you doing over there, Tanner?
I don't know what that is.
Noon hydration.
Tanner's hydrating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
you need that after
hydration.
Oh,
you need to chug that instead of beer.
All
right. 95 out of 100 for mine. I'm just gonna.
Let's get back to
95 out of 100.
Yeah, it's very good beer.
Now, since we shut Alex down, has he been able to speak?
No.
He gave it 100. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I gave it 100. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I remember. I told you that JV no longer watches my channel, so you don't have to give every beer 100 anymore.
I wasn't giving every beer 100. I'm just giving you how it is. I love it. I don't know how it is, Mr. Bumpy. Hell yeah.
Unreal.
For this Trill Bomb.
Unreal, Tanner.
What I'm going to say is that Trillium did it right. So basically, if Prairie Artisan Ales could, or whatever they are really, you know what I mean? They're that Coachil, whatever the hell brewing company they actually are. I don't know.
What?
If you get one of the Prairie Artisan Ale bottles and then it says brewed by, and it's like it's some other company. Yeah, some other company. So anyways, the Trill Bomb, it's got the spice, which the bombs from Prairie should have. It's like Trillium, they'll kind of go that extra, like, add some actual extra spice to it to bring it up, and they're doing all that. One thing I think is definitely missing from this beer is the spice. The chili peppers. I wish that there was actually more flavor associated with the pepper itself versus just the kind of prickly heat from it.
Yeah.
Also, the barrel aging. It doesn't mention what it's barrel aged in. I'm guessing it's bourbon or a whiskey barrel, just because the notes I did get. But the barrel aging itself is not very prominent. So that's something that's kind of what Prairie Artisan ales kind of does anyways. Their barrel aged stuff doesn't seem to be very barrel aged. So I would have liked to see a bit more barrel. I would have liked to see some flavors more from the chili peppers themselves. But I mean the malts, I mean it had a decent amount of flavor. It had a good mouthfeel to it. I did like the spice and all that. I'm going to end up landing this one at a 45 out of 50 on my 50-point scale, which puts it in a very good category. So we got two beers that were collaboration beers, and both of them had Trillium as one of the collaborators, and they both scored pretty high. So
nice.
I got some Prairie Bomb beers
Well,
too.
that's one I should give some consideration to. I don't like a lot of spice, hot spice.
Yeah.
But is that something that I should give some
Yeah, when it comes to Prairie, now that's why I was wishing Miscellaneous would have been up here, because he knows about the bombs, and anytime I pick up a Prairie bomb of any sort, whether it's the pirate bomb or the Santa bomb or the Christmas bomb, whatever the hell they call them, it's always a disappointment with the bombs. So it was one of those, like, I didn't even, when I bought this at Trillium on my way down to Tanner's, and I was like, it sounds pretty cool, and I did not even realize that it was a collaboration with Prairie until prior to doing the show. I took it out and I was just kind of looking at it, and what I was looking for was the bottle on date, and then I noticed Prairie Artisan Ales, and I'm like, no shit, that's why it's called Trill Bomb. So yeah.
Cool.
I think beers like that have a bit of spice to them are fun. I mean, if you like spicy, if you like chocolate or chilies or something like that,
Hey, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. But the problem with beers like this is you kind of have to go to the brewery to get them. Cool. You may be able to find something like that on a trading site somewhere, or one of those Trevor. They might have something,
Okay.
But as far as that, you're not just seeing that sitting there on the store shelf.
Cool.
Typically.
Cool.
Did anybody not get to score, or does anybody have anything else they want to say before we do a question?
We must have.
Everybody's good? All right.
I'm good.
I'm going to throw out a question because I don't think anybody else has posed a question. And since we've had a couple collaborations tonight, this is kind of like a few, I don't know. I had it kind of thought out in my head, and then now I just forgot kind of how I was going to put it. So when it comes to collaborations, there's been a lot of collaborations that have been coming out lately. The first part of the question is, do collaborations between breweries, or sometimes even collaborations happen between, like, maybe it's like a donut shop and a brewery, or like a coffee shop and a brewery, or they do different collaborations like that as well, or they collaborate with the Girl Scouts of America. It's like you got a Thin Mint chocolate imperial stout that was made from Guinness with the Girl Scout, stuff like that. Do collaborations, do they excite you? Like, is it something that you like when you see them, or do you look for them? Is it something that excites you, or do you seem like more like the collaborations are more or less fails more often than not? And then kind of the second part of that question is, are there any collaborations that, like a certain style of beer, maybe that you would like to see a couple different breweries actually collaborate on, one that you haven't seen yet or had yet? We're going to start with Josh on that question.
Oh.
And if you need me to say it again, I can.
Collaboration beers. Yeah, some of them I guess excite me. I mean, it all depends. Sometimes I feel like collaboration beers are better than the actual brewery's beers, but I'm looking at you, Equilibrium. But anyways, I wouldn't say I'm like drawn to them. If I see them and I'm like, sometimes I don't even know they can be collabs until you look at the fine print sometimes. But you're like, oh, it's this brewery or this some sort of like bake shop or something. But I guess if I know a collab that's coming out that, like for instance, those Modest Mans that they collab with Finds in North Park, I was excited to see those.
Mm-hmm.
Try those. But yeah, I mean, it all depends. Some of them excite me, some of them kind of like, eh. But, and what was the second part? Something about a beer style or
Okay,
collab.
so if you could, if there's a collab that you haven't had yet, like what breweries? It could be more than one or two. I mean, more than two. It'd have to be at least two.
Yeah.
Either breweries or if you have like, oh, I want Domino's and Budweiser to make a beer together. Or,
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to see kind of paired up as a collaboration, like maybe a certain style? Maybe there's like a brewery that makes fantastic stouts, and then there's a brewery that's really wacky with what they do, and you'd like to see them make like an imperial stout together or something.
All right. Maybe like a brewery that does like real good lagers, maybe, or like Westies collab with like a or the East Coast that are doing like I think get at here like something a style like you wouldn't see from that type of brewery, I guess. Those would be cool. More, like a brewery that does more like mostly all like hazy IPAs or something like that. It'd be cool to see them like brew with somebody and make like a different style of what like a lager or something like that, or like a Czech Pilsner or something. That'd be cool to see. I don't think there's specific ones in my head right now, like breweries, but
yeah,
that'd be cool to see different breweries that are known for their more hype stuff, like hazies or whatever, or sours, do something
right.
more traditional.
So like something like Russian River doing like West Coast IPAs, then doing a collab with Schilling and making some type of like Czech style
like
that together.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something out of their realm. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be cool.
Really cool.
Those are my answers. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, George.
I don't know enough about the distilleries. However, I have always tended to go to the more citrus beers, and I would love to see a collaboration of different citrus elevated beers, and also kind of liking these stouts. So I guess, just in a naive point of way, I think that, something like that would be good for me.
Huh. Tropicana beers, yeah.
Something that isn't overly citrus.
Maybe a little bit of more hop
notes, and
stout.
It still has that body.
Amazing.
Yes, still has the body. Yep. Still has the body to it. Yes.
Yeah, maybe something that's more hop forward, but it's a stout with chocolatey and coffee.
Yes. Yes, that would be great. And
chocolate orange.
Yeah, because I'm loving this. I mean, I am.
Maybe a German dark lager.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nice and light.
Thank you, Sparkle. Bear Man talking about dick.
Yeah.
Alex, it's your go.
Well, what's the question again, Legendary Bumpy? I'm listening, but you know me, I'm on my own work. Good. What's the question?
So collab beers. Do you look forward to seeing collab beers, or is it something that kind of turns you away because you've had too many collab beers, maybe that came out horrible, you know? That's kind of the question part one. And then question part two is just make up a collab that you'd like to see.
Well,
like between a couple different breweries or whatever you.
I've had a Finback clad, and it was a good beer. It was a good beer, but again, I don't know enough about the Finback clads, but I only had that one, and then a couple weeks later, I had an actual Finback. Even though the Finback one, I had the clad Finback, whatever beer it was Finback clad with, I don't remember. I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. Even though it was flavorful, because I don't like sours altogether. I like them. I like when they say sours and it's a little sweet instead of actual sour. And some sours are good, but it all depends on my palate. But the actual Finback beer tastes excellent. So, and that was my second time. My first time actually having a Finback beer actually from Finback itself instead of a clad. Same with the Finback clad. I've only had, that was my two Finback beers. One was a clad and one was just Finback. And I like the Finback, the actual brewery beer itself better. Again, maybe the next clad, I might like them both. But just my first time around with the original Finback with no clad, delicious. I will get that again all over again. The other one, no, I will not get that again. But I am looking forward to other clads with other breweries, right? If it's Finback or something like that, because it's just that one that I didn't like. So you can't. I'm not gonna, knock it because it was not the best.
Right.
But the actual Finback was delicious. The actual beer without the clad was.
Are there two breweries that you would like to see brew a beer together?
Okay. I would love to see a cream donut beer. Don't get me wrong. They've already did cream ales and blah, 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 and all that.
So you mean like Genesee doing a cream ale with a donut shop?
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be cool. I don't think I ever
Jenny's
had
my hometown, baby.
I don't think I ever had a Genesee. I know they're
A
good.
Jenny Jelly?
That was good.
I've never had Genesee ale, but I'll have to try it. It's the green
What
can.
in the what? The what?
But I know they're good because I do like. I might have had it. I don't remember, but I don't remember having it.
Really good.
But I would love to see that, or a stout, or a cream donut stout, because I don't know what brewery this was, but they made a beer called I'm trying to think what it was, and it was It's a moon pie. They made a moon pie beer.
Yes.
And I cannot find that beer, and I'm very disappointed. I need to find that beer because I love moon pie.
That was good. I've had that.
If you can help me find it, Sparkle.
It's made by Blue Moon, right? Isn't it made by Blue Moon?
You don't want to have a mud pie.
It looks exactly. It looks exactly what a can moon pie. It's delicious. I never had the beer, but I know.
What about mud pie, Alex? Have you had the mud pie beer?
I think I have. I don't remember.
Mud pie is.
But no, so I'm going to shut up now. But the clad, yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see clads. That would be good because I like that kind of stuff in some cases.
I got one for you, Alex. What if Drecker, Finback, and Pipe Dream all did a collab together for heavily?
Well, that would be interesting if they ever do that. That would be interesting.
$2 4-pack right there.
That would
or
be delicious.
Barrel Aged Stout,
I would love
15%,
that.
Alex.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Triple barrel.
Very cool.
But yeah, so that's what I think about that. Legendary Bumpy. I would love to see it.
Well, thanks for thinking about that, Alex.
Anytime, brother.
Anytime? All right. We'll see you later.
Dan used to watch two naked guys sitting on statues.
You guys are bad.
Late night.
Oh, jeez.
You guys are bad.
Tanner, wake up down there. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, Tanner, it's time for you to talk about
Tanner's like ET, man.
it's time for you to
Center
talk
of
about
attention right there.
collaborations.
What do you got, another stream over there? I see you.
I'm waiting until I'm addressed. Okay.
You are addressed now.
You are dressed, I hope.
You have clothes
All
on.
So what are we talking about? Breweries with
Collaboration. What do you feel about them?
Oh my goodness.
what was the initial question?
Okay, first
Oh my
question. What do you feel about collaborations or clads?
Oh no, I got the hiccups. Collaborations. I like collaborations, but it's cool because you get like you get something that's from your area. They typically collaborate with somebody who isn't from around here. So you're typically getting a brewery that's collaborating with somebody that's not close to them. So they have somewhat of a good aspect of a collaboration, but they're not actually brewing the beer together. And typically they come out somewhat okay, and some of them have came out pretty good. But it's very rare that you actually get a brewery that collaborates with somebody and they're like actually together and they're like, all right, well, they're like physically in person brewing a beer together. So it's very rare that you have that nowadays. So typically you'll get like a company and they'll over the internet be like, oh yeah, let's collab together. And they talk about like ingredients that they could work with, and they brew this beer, but they're talking to some other company on the internet, and then they brew it, and it comes out somewhat subpar. It comes out somewhat decent. But nowadays, it seems like it's a little. We typically don't get a lot of breweries that brew together. Like this guy who's brewing for this company doesn't meet up with somebody else who's from this other company and they brew this beer together and they have this brew they actually created together where like Chatty O and Thrash go out and they hang out and they brew a beer. Companies nowadays, they're just like they come up with this recipe online and they brew it together. And I feel like it doesn't typically create something that's as good as people actually meeting up in person and brewing this beer together. I don't know.
Hey, Tanner, I agree on that. I think it'd be better if people would get together like they used to. And
in person.
Yes.
And brew. But let's not take away the fact that there are a lot of people that are like very good at what they do, and they can take these recipes where they brew it. They're just like, oh yeah, this is my recipe. This is my recipe. We brew it online, and then one person brews it, and then they brew a good concoction. And don't get me wrong, I feel like that might come out pretty good, but I don't know, just the aspect of people getting together in person and actually brewing something and doing it together. It seems like
I think that's the special bond.
Yeah,
that you actually hang out with the actual person himself.
yeah. But like I said, if you have two people that are awesome at brewing a certain style and they're doing it online, and one person is online and one person is brewing it in person.
Okay.
If they give them their recipe, it would come out very good. But I also feel like if two people that are very good at brewing a certain style of beer are actually in person brewing together, it would come out very different.
It probably come out better.
So I have two aspects on that. You know what I mean? It depends.
Hey,
Now,
legislative
did you want the second part of the question? Or are you good?
Second part.
Uh-oh.
Are there two or more breweries or other vending type places that you would like to see a collab done between with like a certain style?
Oh, I like to see Proclamation of Fidens.
Oh.
And what
Indoor.
style would you like to see them brew?
New England IPA
Ow.
for sure.
Sweet.
And Proclamation is like they're somewhat diverse, and Fidens are like the somewhat holding the crown for New England IPAs. And Fidens they do a good job over here, so I would like to see their representation of a New England IPA with Fidens, who are like, I don't know. I've seen some Fidens beers, New England IPA Fidens that are just top notch. They're doing some good shit.
You want to know? I like that stuff.
Well, I'm talking about like the style. Like sometimes the quality of the beer is just.
Yeah, well, a lot of times, like when they do a charity, you're talking about the charity brew. When they do that, okay, most of the proceeds are going to be going towards the charity, so the breweries themselves are going to be making money.
Yep.
So a lot of times you have breweries that basically are skating by, and they need to make profit. So if they're going to brew a beer for a charity, that anything that sells, they basically need to do this at like a as cheap of a cost as possible for the brewery. So they'll make some.
Yeah.
You know, they may not use a lot of hops, may use crappy hops, may use old hops, may not use a lot of
old
malt.
hop.
You know, just to kind of make something, but not make it spectacular.
Or just
That way,
donate
whoever buys it,
It's
Yeah.
old hop.
you donate it to charity.
Yeah.
Cheers to charity.
Should make every beer spectacular.
Hell yeah, legislative beer man, but then it'll be like, but there's no vanilla. Then there's no vanilla or no chocolate. It has to be, you know.
Oh well.
I know it's good.
What do you want to put in it, I guess?
Mine's when you mix vanilla and chocolate, Alex.
You get strawberry. I don't remember.
You get mocha.
You get mocha ice cream.
If you get strawberry, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, you got
Something wrong with that vanilla.
You're a magician or something.
Do I have to answer this question now?
Appreciate
Or-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Collaborations. I like both of the breweries. That collaboration sounds pretty good to me. Tanner mentioned something about if it's a collaboration with a brewery that you normally can get beers from and a brewery you normally can't get beers from. I get somewhat interested in that, but I just kind of treat the actual beer as any other beer, really. But I'm more interested, I think, at the end of the day, if it's a collaboration that includes a brewery that in the area that I live in, I can't get access to their beer. So it feels like it's, I don't know, more of something that's unobtainable, or it's going to be attainable, but only for a little limited amount of time. So I better get it while I can and see what this thing's all about. So that's my take on that. I don't really have a real that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there is, but I can't think of a real negative experience that I've had with collaborations enough for me to say, I don't know about collaborations. They seem like they go south or whatever. I don't have a negative enough experience to give a real answer to that. But for a collaboration that I would like to see happen, you see all the bourbon barrel stuff, and now you see Lagunitas with their Willetized rye. There probably could have been some stuff like this, but I've never, to my recollection, I don't ever remember seeing anything where it's a Rauch beer, like a smoked beer, or an imperial stout, or something like that. Especially the Rauch beer, or like a imperial stout, or even like a Belgian quad or a Belgian dark strong ale. I would like to see one of those kind of styles, or one of those breweries that do a style. Maybe they can collaborate with a Isla Scotch distillery like a Lafroig or a Lagavulin or an Ardbeg and do one of barrel age one of those styles of beers in a barrel that had previously held one of their smokier Scotch whiskeys and see what that really does to the beer. I think that would be kind of cool. I've never seen smoky Scotch whiskey barrel done with beer. That would be cool to see that. An Ardbeg edition. You know, all the beer nerds that are also the whiskey nerds will be losing their mind when they see that.
Yeah, well, you know, I lose my mind every time I find a collab because I just look forward to trying it.
Collab.
Yeah.
My answer to those. I didn't need you to repeat it. Think about that.
Cheers, Eric. Dan, man of the people, you still awake? We are closing in on 2 hours here.
Yeah.
That's right, Dan.
So my view on collaborations is, I guess it's a little different from what everyone said. For me, my favorite type of collaboration isn't. It's a collaboration, but technically it isn't. I don't know. It's weird. My favorite type of collaboration is the Freaky Friday collaboration.
Ooh.
So what that is basically is another brewery gives another brewery their recipe, their complete recipe for that beer, and the other brewery brews that beer.
Cool.
I really tend to, and I'm not sure what brewery started it. I don't know if it was like Other Half or Trillium or who else, but those breweries tend to do it a lot. The Vale,
Kettlehead and Modest Man do it
but
too.
like Freaky Fridays are like they're my jam because then you get to really see the differences with the breweries and how they approach things because they have the recipe, but then they have their own twist on it. You know what I mean? And as far as collaborations, like true collaborations go, I look forward to more local collaborations, I guess, because I know they're actually getting together. And when I think collaboration, what I want to happen is, in a perfect world, is okay. So let's say Fidens and I don't know, Modest Man get together. What I would like to see happen is not just like an email or text. Oh, this is our recipe, blah blah blah, but they actually like send each other a package of their lot of hops and yeast, right? Because every brewery, when they go for hop selection, they choose different lots based on their want and need. So for a collaboration, in my eyes, like I would love to see a difference. Like, okay, Modest Man's selection of Galaxy versus Fiden's selection of Galaxy, and do like a Galaxy on Galaxy collab or something like that. My ultimate collab has already come true. That was Genesee Brewing and Other Half. They made the Dream Ale. So they took Genesee Cream Ale and gave it the Daydream treatment of Other Half and made Dream Ale. And it was fucking phenomenal. It was absolutely amazing.
I'll have to try to find it.
It's like they only brew it once in a great while, and when it does, it usually sells out really fast. But it's a really cool thing. But yeah, collabs can be good. I think if you're in the store, generally, like if I'm in the store, I see collab, I give it a second take, but I'm not like a for sure buyer of it. I want to see what breweries are involved. Because like I said, ironically enough, tonight on the show, I did a collab week beer. It was Other Half, Cloudwater, and Trillium. But the difference between the collab week beer and traditional collabs is the breweries actually got together. They shared different lots of hops, shared different yeast and everything, and made it. Like FLX location did a collab with Troon and Fidens. Fidens brought their batch of Nelson. I think Troon brought their batch of, I want to say it was Galaxy. And they fucking did it. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I look for. The Freaky Fridays get me a lot more than actual collabs.
I'll have to try the Freaky Friday. I never heard of it.
Right on my back shelf here, I have a can of Triple Citra Daydream brewed by Equilibrium.
And that's a Freaky Friday? That's what
And Triple Citra Daydream is one of my favorite other half beers ever.
Oh,
And
wow.
EQ brewed it, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Like, it was really good. But you got to see the differences between the breweries.
Now, Dan, does it say Freaky Friday if I find the beer in the store? Because I won't know if it doesn't say.
No, you just kind of got to know. Don't say Freaky Friday or whatever, but
Just send you the link because I'll just send you a picture or something, and then you'll tell me because I am friends with Jonas. Yes,
I don't want to be your beer Jesus, but if you want me to, I will.
Your beer Jesus.
I
Personal baby.
But yeah, it's that's really cool. Like on one hand, I'll put it right out there where I said it in a review. Nerd Sense did when Vale did Freaky Friday with Dogfish Head, and they brewed the 90-minute IPA. Vale did, dude. That was not 90-minute IPA. It was fucking trash. Like I don't know if they did do it, but it was.
It tasted like a burnt tire.
It was fucking terrible.
Oh god!
But at the same time, I still fucking respect it though, because they brewed it the way they brewed it with a recipe, with their lot of ingredients, with their lot of yeast, their lot of malt, their water treatment. Like you get to see the differences, and that's what really fucking gets me with collabs. So,
Yeah, Vale did a bunch.
Interesting.
All right, we'll move on to Beer Man. Thank you, Dan.
All right.
sorry, it took so long.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. So as far as the collab, Anchorage Brewing with Budweiser. Just kidding. Brew a crappy
Anchorage.
lager
Wow.
together. That'd be awesome. No, but with Treehouse or even Drecker, do a nice triple quad Westy IPA, not a New England like they normally do. Let's keep it clear and crisp and clean. With an abstract brewery, let's see. What was I? I'm trying to think of what I was thinking about here. With a brewery that is out of this world, and then a brewery that sticks to the originals, and then come together to meet up with a certain piece of art that could work. I mean, I know they do this all the time. They take this and that and put it together, and now we got a milkshake IPA, or we got a brewed IPA, or we got this, or it's always IPAs, it seems like these days. But I mean, let's just get into the brown ales. Let's get into the porters. Let's get into the stouts more. Brown ales aren't even like known anymore. It's like, or ambers. It's like, who's doing these red ales? Let's get into some other styles and not just like hop it up, but let's malt it up and throw in some nice balance with some hops and really bring that up to par, with the whole thing. So it's not always the IPA, and everyone in Southern California has gone all hypey hype because that's California. Oh, we're the rulers of the world. We're the IPA things now. Oh, well, whatever.
Alex wants to rule the world with them.
We all want a good IPA, and I love IPAs. Don't get me wrong, I love IPAs, but there's other styles too, and we can't forget them. And they're all around us. And there's BuMpY did Multi Mondays for a whole year, and it didn't even clear all the styles.
Angie again.
No, it really didn't. You're right.
I mean, come on. Yeah, cheers. That's all I got.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll go with collaborations. A lot of times in the earlier days, I was a bit disappointed with a lot of the collaborations I'd picked up. It was to the point where it was like, if I saw a collaboration, I almost didn't want to pick it up just because it was like, it's going to be garbage. But recently, there's been a big explosion of collaborations. And much like Dan said, some of them, they're not like so much exactly collaborations, but like they call it the Freak Friday for some breweries. Here in New Hampshire with Kettlehead, they call it brewery heist. So it's a brewery takeover, and they do the same thing. They just share the recipe and they brew it. So I've had quite a few very interesting. Actually, in my fridge right now, I have one between WeldWorks and Hop Butcher for the World. So lots of different collaborations happening, and a lot of them have been pretty good recently. Like Modest Man just did a whole lineup. They did a collaboration. They've done a couple collaborations with Fidens. They did one with Kettlehead. They did one with Masked Landing.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm not a fan of Masked Landing, so I was hesitant to pick up that beer, and it turned out decent. It wasn't my favorite, but it was decent at least. And I don't even know who else they did one with. Who's that brew from San Diego, California? Hop Foo.
Oh, North Park.
Yeah, they did a collaboration in North Park.
Wildberg's North Park.
Yeah,
Just showed up here.
So,
Hey guys, I gotta bounce.
Okay.
But it's been fun. I have learned so much.
hey, you did a great job tonight, by the way, Sparkle. Appreciate it.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Sparkles, I'll see you over Angie's if you're over.
Thank
It was
you
definitely
for
a pleasure
having me.
meeting you.
Thank you for having me up. I really enjoyed it, and I'm learning a lot.
Cheers, Sparkle.
Hey, Sparkles, I'll see you over
Cheers.
Angie's.
Thank you for joining up tonight.
Bye bye.
In 20 years.
But yeah, I guess a collaboration I would like to see happen, and I know there's been a lot of backlash about another New England IPA, but the thing is, when Modest Man when I first had Modest Man, I said they are like New Hampshire's Treehouse.
Ooh.
So I would love to see a collaboration done with like a double IPA or so between Modest Man and Treehouse.
Treehouse doesn't play well with others.
Yeah.
True.
That's that's clear as crystal right there. I mean, a fucking pandemic. I hate to cut you off, Bumpy. I'm truly sorry.
Okay.
But I just gotta get this out. Every fucking brewery in America made their beer more accessible during the pandemic, except for Treehouse. Every beer I couldn't get, which was a whale, automatically showed up in my area during the pandemic. Oh, wow,
yeah.
This is cool. Except for Treehouse. Fuck Treehouse.
Yeah, but you can't still get the beers now after it's over?
No,
just
because
put it
Treehouse
out
still
there.
doesn't.
Just kind of, I like Treehouse. I love Treehouse.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I'm kind of like, fuck Treehouse. It's like Chris Tucker and fucking Debo and Friday. When fuck Treehouse walk away, I'd be like, yeah, fuck Treehouse. Pretentious fucks.
But Dan, what I was curious of saying, can you still get the beers after the fact since the pandemic has kind of calmed down?
I get Treehouse through like BuMpY and shit. I don't.
I know that, but I'm talking about all other beers that you've been getting. Do you still get them after the fact, or is it?
Yeah. Huh?
You still get them? Okay.
Fuck, even Trillium gets random distro here.
Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move along here. So
Yeah.
just run through real quick any promos, shout outs, and try to keep it under a minute, please.
Ballbuster BuMpY again.
We'll start off with the last beer.
All right, promos for me. Possibly beer bowl discussions this weekend. The following weekend, it'll not be happening. It'll not be happening beer bowl discussions in 2 weeks because I'll be watching the Super Bowl. So.
Oh, cool.
Oh no.
Go Eagles. Billy Crooker 87 is my Instagram. Shout outs for other people. Check out Lep TV. Cool dude. Does barbecue, hot seat, that kind of stuff. Hot seats Sundays now at 5. So check him out. Check out Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. There's his Thursday night beer sessions. I'm not sure if he's going to do one this week or what's going on with that, or he's going to have a guest. But yeah, those are my shout outs. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Alex.
Well,
timing you bastard. Go.
Love you.
2 minutes.
Out again. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be having what's it called? What's that place called again? BuMpY. I can't remember now.
I don't know because we don't have it here. You said Mo something.
Moe's, yes. You like I said, I told
Hold
you
that thing down.
you could do something.
See, we have Moe's
Welcome to
subs. We have
Moe's.
Moe's subs here, but not Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
No, you could pretend it's Chinese. I don't know. I can't help you. Okay,
Chinese?
so
Chinese food.
OD.
Moe's,
Look at
dude,
that.
just
It's
do
8 o'clock.
Chipotle.
We got
Yes,
Moe's
yes,
D
Bumpy
over
could do
here,
that.
dude.
Bumpy could do that. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
just do
not
Chipotle.
Chinese
It's
food.
safe.
So,
Can I do
so
El
Moe's around
Rodeo?
8. So we're gonna do Moe's around 8 o'clock. Food Friday with Alex, and then obviously Thursday nights between 10 o'clock 10:30 we're gonna be doing Alex and Friends, and then obviously I'm on Rumble now as well. I don't have any videos up yet. Rumble, it's Alex the Beer Master.
Hey,
You'll
Mumble.
see the same
Is that
logo.
an adult site, Alex? Rumble?
No. So no, I don't have any videos up yet. But
Royal
check it out.
Rumble?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble. I don't have any videos yet. I have to do that. But Alex the Beer Master, same thing on Rumble. And then other shout outs, just check out Legendary Rick Joplin, check out Legendary all my YouTube friends.
There you
Appreciate
go.
it.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, Alex. Great job.
Cheers.
Thanks, brother. You owe me though.
Awesome.
All right, so it's
Moe's?
southwestern kind of Mexican food, right?
Not
Yeah.
Chinese.
Right.
Yep.
Not Chinese.
Moe's and
Not
Chipotle.
Chinese food.
Mexican,
not
not
Chinese
Chinese.
food.
Poppy.
No, it's Mexican. It's Mexican. Sorry. Misunderstood.
Mexican.
Spanish, maybe.
Mexican.
Can't say
Please forgive me.
Mexican anymore.
I'm gonna bring a Mexican American hamburger.
I don't care.
Nice. I'll call Wendy.
Real Mexican.
Hey, I'll do even better. I'll bring Mike's wife.
Not here.
No, this is you get to eat.
I'll have her make me a Mexican.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, jeez. Tanner, you're up.
live streams for me. We might do a little Wednesday show. Might do a little Potbelly Pub live stream. But I've been doing some pop-up Potbelly Pub live streams. $5 donation chugs. So
He's doing that tonight. He's going live tonight. Actually, that's a good
I don't know about tonight, but yeah, I've been doing my Potbelly Pub live stream chugs, and I've been doing just like live stream hangouts. So look out for those. I got a good amount of just beer reviews coming out. Reviews on different type of liquors, whiskeys, beers, and stuff. So look out for those. And then, yeah, just your typical live stream hangout. Yeah.
You know.
I might be doing a good amount of the Potbelly Pub live stream $5 donation chugs. If you want to donate to me, I'll do a chug. Seems like people are enjoying it. I enjoy chugging, so if people want to.
Hey, you left your own live stream.
No, that was.
You should do a $5 hot sauce chug.
I would do that.
That'd be rough.
Ooh.
Count
That
me
would be rough.
10, 9.
All right.
But shout out to other people other than my somewhat crazy ridiculous live streams going on right now. Go check out Jean H. Beer, Beverage Ramble. Drop him a sub. And then go check out Just Brewing. JUS apostrophe Brewing. I would like to do my own brewing. And I've been watching his videos and stuff. And I've been watching like Beer Man. All the people's brewing
Oh,
channels.
shit, Tanner.
Go.
Oh, me? Oh, we ready? We ready? Okay, good.
Did you get a kit yet, Tanner, or what?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
I will soon.
Just get a Mr. B or whatever.
Yeah.
Try it out.
And don't have any lights on your overhead
There
that
we
fall
go.
on your boil.
No, don't. So, go check out this guy. I'm in the monkey in the middle here. Time Smell 75.
Like
Masters Beer Reviews
Marsha Brady.
Wednesdays, which is the first Wednesday of February coming up, the the first Wild Card Wednesday. Bring a beer, wine, or spirit, really any adult beverage to my channel and show. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, bring a beer, wine, or spirit. Any adult beverage, really. Let's have some fun. Just don't be a douche. Don't bring your trolls.
That's why I
From
never joined.
into the stream will be good. And go check out the Barley Lads if you like some good 5-ish minute whiskey reviews with history of distilleries. Occasionally a beer review there. And Beer Barbecue Baseball for barbecue for good beer reviews. And you want to talk about baseball, you can do that with my man Beer Barbecue Baseball.
There you go.
Cheers.
Andrew.
Cheers, bro.
Beer and cheese. 8 o'clock Eastern. Bring what you want. Same old thing. I don't have to explain it. Wednesday will be oh no, it's not like your style. Style's Gone Wild. We're gonna do another 2-minute It's gonna be crazy,
man.
so I'll be there at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm gonna be brewing Thursday morning. Thursday morning, I'm gonna be doing a second attempt of John's beer because the light fell in my fucking boil at the last minute and it had batteries in it. So screw that, and we're gonna boil it again. But other than that, Beer Hounds beer reviews, go check them out. Thanks, BuMpY. That's all I gotta say about that.
Cheers.
It's fast as fuck.
Yeah,
Cheers.
don't let battery acid.
No way, dude. That's
in your
terrible.
beer.
Keep it up, BuMpY, your trip.
Dude.
It's real acidic. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's because it's battery acid.
Helping friends that helped it out though, so it's cool. It's all good.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now it's on to Bandan. No.
Man of the people to you. So I've got actually multiple shout outs, which are going to be really fast. I want to shout out Tanner's Liver. I want to shout out Beerman's second attempt at the Russian Imperial Stout. I really hope it comes together for you this time. I feel fucking terrible for what happened to you. The fucking light falling in. That is like the ultimate bad luck. That's like
it was
some freaky shit happening in the universe kind of thing going on. I feel
like
so bad because I'm watching your live stream. You're having fun brewing it, and then that fucking shit happens. That's fucking terrible, bro. That's absolutely terrible. I am.
Make sure you don't have anything hanging over your.
Yeah, no, please don't. Or keep the lid on, or keep the lid on. One of the two. Hey, I'll shout out BuMpy-Eats because he's live in the chat, and BuMpy-Eats is awesome. And
legendary.
I feel like BuMpy-Eats is our ultimate go-to for like dudes like us, but he's on the food spectrum.
Hell
He
yeah!
doesn't give a fuck. He tells you how like it is, and it's very cool. I also shout out, I guess, miscellaneous. Why aren't you here? What happened?
Legendary Andrew.
It seems weird. It's like he's here all the time, and the one time he isn't, I'm just like, what's going on? It's weird in the universe. So, all right, I'm done.
Nice. Cheers.
All right. Thank you, Dan. All right. For my own personal stuff, I've got this live show starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays. It's called New Brew, bringing a beer that you've never had before. It was very cool to have Sparkle join up for the very first time. So, yes, anybody is welcome as long as you're bringing in new beer. And, I mean, you got to be cool. You can't just be coming on here and being a troll of some sort. Follow the rules. But it can be a long show like tonight, depending on who shows up, depending on conversations that be had, especially in the free-for-all portion of the show. And we'll catch you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on Bumpy Road Brews. Other than that, I mean, I got my regular videos that are edited, pre-shot stuff, my 50-point inspections for the most part, and some other stuff here and there mixed in as well. I would like to say go check out the art ladies. Got Angie,
legendary Angie. Yep.
And we had Sparkle on tonight. Go check out both their channels. also Chatio. He's big with them as well. So if you check out Chatio's channel, he does a lot of live streams and stuff. And a lot of times you'll find, Angie or even Sparkle over there on his lives. So cheers to Chatio. He's joined up on this show quite a few times as well. Couldn't make it tonight. He had other things going on. Yeah, other than that, I'd just like to appreciate the chat. You guys were great tonight. Everybody showing up, chatting along, good conversation. Mart, appreciate you coming in. That's Finru. I call him Mart. And earlier on, Sam was in. He had to go to work. Luke John also. Cheers. Thanks. Just everybody that showed up. Poppy Eats as well.
Cheers, Luke John.
You got to stop. Poppy, you got to stop. You just got to stop your channel.
Keep it up, Bobby.
You need because Alex is feeding off your channel and he's coming up with ideas for his Food Friday because
That has nothing to do with Poppy Eats.
Oh, he totally does.
No,
Alex is your biggest fanboy, Bobby. You gotta stop.
no.
But other than that, thank you guys in the panel tonight for showing up, for being here. Appreciate it. And Alex.
Okay. This is the Beer Master. And we will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This is Beer Master signing out. Cheers, everybody.
What?
What? What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.